Morning. I'm all good. I'm already a bit nervous for the weekend, but I'm
Yeah.
I'm trying to just keep it calm for now.
Do you think Ten Hag's nervous as well in terms of not just the game, but his future?
He should be, definitely. If he's not nervous, I'm worried, although some of the stuff he's saying in these press conferences, who knows? He's probably confident that we'll win 5-0 in his head. But no, he should be nervous. However, I don't think that this cup final has anything to do with Ten Hag's future, and I think that he will be staying.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Yeah, why? Why do you think that?
I just think I think that he's going to be given another season, especially under the new people that are coming into Manchester United. I just have a feeling that he will be staying. Although, listen, this season has been abysmal. Of course it has. I will say I kind of agree with him when he says that we're entertaining because it's so chaotic. You don't know what you're getting with Man United. So in that sense, I'm kind of with him, but it has been abysmal. I understand that. But we have got to three cup finals in the last two seasons. Last season, we did finish top four. He's brought through young talent like Kobe Mainu, Alejandro Garnacho. Like I say, this season has been great. I'm not going to pull the injury card as the excuse, but there has been a lot of injuries. There's been a couple of things that have gone against him. And I think based off what he managed to produce last season, they will give him another season, especially under these new people. And also these names that are being linked to Manchester United. I don't see one of them and think I'm 100% sold on them.
The thing with me, Angelina, is I get there's been injuries and problems this season, but when you had a fit squad of players, they were scraping wins. You know, you look at the Wolves game earlier on in the season when Brentford went there, Nottingham Forest, Manchester United are scraping wins, undeservedly wins, and not dominating teams they should be dominating. So that's why I don't have it when he says we've got injuries. If we had a full squad, fit squad, we will be very better. The way he says it, I don't think so. I just think the process isn't going upwards. Yes, last season was a decent season. This season, FA Cup final, yep, great achievement. Tough to beat Manchester City, but you finished eighth in the league. Surely a Manchester United fan like yourself must be thinking, we're eighth in the league. That's wild.
I agree. Eighth is absolutely wild. I just don't know. I mean, I don't know about you, Gabby, but those names that we're being linked
Mm.
to, do you look at any of those and have 100% confidence that they
Southgate will be
can?
perfect.
But he's not going to have enough time. He's got the Euros. He's booked and busy. Do you know what I mean? That's the thing with Southgate. I don't think he'd even have a minute to actually be
Every
prepared.
time I mention Southgate, I get pelters. I don't know why.
I tell
You
you.
Why
don't
do
know.
I?
Well, right now it's all about Bob Dylan, and people can't believe you've never heard of Bob Dylan. But look, Angelina, stay there because we have to obviously bring in the Manchester City side of things. And pleased to say, joining us is City fan Rachel Herdson. Rachel, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Rachel.
Good morning. Good morning.
I mean-
I'm still just champion after the weekend. It's still not boring.
Well, I was going to say, you must be sitting there listening into what Angelina's saying there, talking of her club being abysmal this season. And you're just like, oh, it's been just another perfect season in some ways domestically for your team.
It has, and it is. You know, I'm sorry to say it, Angelina. Well, I'm not sorry to say it at all, really. But
I know you're not sorry.
but the gulf between City and United has never been bigger, and that's a fact. You know, there's not one player in United's starting 11 that would get into City's team at the minute. And I know you've spoken about injuries there, but the fact that, you know, when you have had injuries defensively, Casemiro and Evans have been playing, whereas if we had Stones and Diaz out, we'll just roll out Ake and Akanji, who they would probably walk into any starting 11 in the Premier League. So we're so blessed. And Akanji, by the way, what a signing he's been, £14 million. I know we get slated for spending money, but he was just what a sensational signing he's been.
Tell us then, and this is, we were talking earlier on, you've won 16 trophies. Was it 16 trophies, I think, under Pep Guardiola, we were saying. Does every trophy now that you win still feel as special?
Absolutely, yeah. And I think there's always something unique about every trophy. I think this one from the latest Premier League was obviously, it was a chance to create history because It was 4 in a row, and no one had ever done that before. I think when you put it in the context of last season, off the back of a treble win, and the fact that we've had injuries this season with De Bruyne and Stones out and Haaland out, and we'd moved on players such as Gundogan and Laporte. Oh, you put all that in the mix, it's still been a sensational season. Tomorrow we've got a chance to make even more history because no one's ever done a double-double. So every trophy that we win has some significance, and it's an opportunity to create more history. So it absolutely doesn't get boring. When I was growing up, I was excited about, I remember everyone will remember this game because it ended up being notorious. But if you remember when City played Spurs at Main Road in the quarter final of the cup, and it was remembered because the police horses remembered it ended up on the pitch. I don't know if you remember that, but say we played West Ham on a Monday night in the quarterfinals, and I had a near-on party around my house, like a watch along, because we got excited about those games. So we're still all really dreaming. I think it's something like now our 24th trip to Wembley since 2011, which is expensive, but still doesn't, the novelty just does not wear off.
Just sounds a bit greedy, Rachel, really.
So I'll never be complacent. I look at United, and this was them 20 years ago.
Yes.
So
yeah, that's true.
At some point Pep will leave, and it's interesting what you were saying about managers, that there isn't, when you talk about the crop of new managers coming through, I just do not see anybody of anywhere near that calibre. He's raised the bar. There won't be another Pep Guardiola. It's that simple. So we've just got to enjoy these times whilst we can. The fact that, I absolutely love Vincent Kompany, but the fact that he's been very heavily linked with the Bayern Munich job says everything about the level of experienced winners around for me.
Let's get a prediction from you both, shall we? Rachel, let's come to you first of all. What's going to happen then in this FA Cup final?
We're going to win 4-1.
Wow.
I'm very confident. I think United are going to have the game of their lives, and we're going to have an awful game to see anything but a win. That said, at the same time, it's a one-off game of football. Look at the cup final in 2013 when Wigan, we were expecting to wipe the with Wigan. That isn't that far away in our memories. So if we play our game and not the occasion, I'm confident that we will win 4-1. I don't expect a goal as early as 13 seconds, though, this time. I'm hoping for it, because that was a great nerve settler last year anyway.
Yeah, certainly so. By the sound of it, Angelina, you shouldn't bother turning up. What are you expecting to happen?
Listen, the one thing I will say, I'm going to channel a bit of delusional Eric Ten Hag. A lot of neutral fans are actually backing United. This is a weird situation that a lot of neutral fans actually want to see us win, just to shake things up a bit. So I think we've got, a lot of well wishes from other fans.
I don't.
Somehow.
I was going to ask you, Gabby, are you neutral? You're neutral.
I'm Manchester City, even though I'm neutral.
Honestly,
okay,
quite a few fans, especially Arsenal fans, because they're feeling a little bit bitter, are actually backing us. I'm telling the truth. But I think, if I'm going with my head, then I am expecting this to be an extremely difficult game. And if Manchester United lose it, I would like them to lose it, not too in not too much of an embarrassing form. However, if I'm going with my heart, let's go with an extra time Man United win. They're somehow going to scrape through and get a 2-1 win. But I do understand that I'm channeling a bit of delusional Eric Ten Hag.
Nothing wrong with that if it gets you some success. Listen, Angelina.
Lucky to even be there when you think we've both ridden our luck. If Nicholas Jackson had bought his shooting boots in that quarter semi,
that's true.
Be there, and you look at the luck you had with Coventry and Liverpool to some extent.
Yes.
So both teams have had a little bit of luck on the way as well, but you make your own luck, don't you? So they say.
That is true. Well, Rachel, Angelina, thank you for joining us this early morning. Best of luck for that final tomorrow. Really appreciate you being with us. And if you, by the way, are a neutral and want to say which side of the fence you're on, like Angelina was pointing out there, 81089 is the number to text us on. We'd love to hear from you. Oh, I'm just going to sit on the fence right now.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
So Brentford have a good pre-season.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.